Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about coping with financial stress. But first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the lovely comments about me getting the new job and just congratulating me. I just thought it was amazing, and people that haven't seen any of my videos before and maybe the video came up on their recommended, it's just really lovely, so thank you so much for that. It means a lot to me, and it's just so nice that people are so kind. I love it. I love it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about coping with financial stress. This is something that I'm not going to give advice on this, because the kind of idea is that I'm actually learning how to maybe manage my money a bit better, or at least I'd like to learn how to do that. I think that I don't tend to spend much on things, when that is like clothes or stuff. I spend, to be fair, yeah, I'm not too bad with my money. I think what I would like to do better is just be able to allocate my money a bit better in terms of like saving for the future. And yeah, so I think, where am I going? I haven't really thought through how I'm gonna speak about this, but for the last month, where I haven't been earning, just over a month now, fortunately, because I got the paycheck at my final paycheck for the previous job, I've been able to kind of just about get through. But then this month, whilst I'm starting the job next Tuesday, so whilst I'm waiting for my first paycheck at the end of this month, I'm gonna have to be frugal. That's the right word, isn't it? Yeah, and just be careful with my money. And I think that'll be a good way of practicing just being a bit better and a bit more cautious, not spending on things where I don't need to. And also, I was just speaking with my girlfriend about it. Like, if I want to buy something, give it 2 days or even like a day just to think about, do I really need this, or is this a bit of an impulse buy? Again, I don't tend to do that much. I think my money tends to go on, at least when I'm working normally, it will be on like food and maybe not prepping my meals enough, and then having to, I think that was a lot of quite a lot of my money was spent on like going and getting food from the shops at lunchtime, because I hadn't meal prepped the night before or just in advance. So I think with me working in a school where I don't want to, I don't know, even if, because I don't really know the area very well, where the school is, I don't know if there'll be shops around there, but I'd like to get into the habit of prepping all my meals and not even seeing it as an option to pop out, because I don't even know if I'd be able to. But I think that would be a good way of budgeting, a good way of sort of, yeah, that will contribute towards budgeting for my weekly budget, and just making sure that I'm meal prepping, which will cut the cost of having to go out every day, and just making cheap but healthy meals in advance. And just, I think for me, organising everything. My breakfast, that's fine. I can do that cheap, fairly. I've been using for a while this quite expensive bread, so I think I might try and find an alternative that's like equally as healthy, because the one I got was more of like a healthy bread, but I think I can find a better or a more affordable one. But then, yeah, aside from that, like the jam and peanut butter, if I'm just kind of use it sparingly and don't use too much each day, so that I can actually not get, especially with the jam, it's so easy for me to just kind of well, no, I don't even think I put that much on, but I just get through the jam quite quickly, because I guess having 2 pieces of toast, even like if I I say I get through it quickly. I don't know. This time round seems to be a bit better. Since I bought the new jam. Anyway, why am I waffling about jam? Yeah. Does anyone else trying to kind of figure out how to budget a bit better and how to cope with financial stress? Because I definitely have been worried over the last month about. I'm glad that I've now got the job sorted, but I have definitely been worrying about how I'm going to make ends meet without, like, in terms of being independent. I know that like I'm fortunate where, what am I saying? I have support if I needed. What am I trying to say? Yeah, if I know that like my family would help me and my girlfriend would help me, but I think being like independent where I wouldn't need extra support is important for me too. And fortunately, in the moment, I'm okay for now. But yeah, until I next get paid at the end of the month, like, I just want to be careful with my money and yeah, just learn how to kind of manage my money a bit better. With this new job, I want it to almost be like a fresh start in some ways of, okay, you get the money in, allocate your money a bit better, because I have been trying to do that, but then I find that I'll just kind of overspend on things that I don't need to, like food. Yeah. So yeah, I think financial stress, I think I've generally been all right with my finances over the last 6 or so months, since I've had my first proper job. But the last month has been a bit of a wake-up call, maybe, where I have realised, okay, you're still spending a bit more than you need to when you don't actually have enough money to be doing that, because you're not working. And I think it's a good time now to just check in with myself and think, how can I do things better? How can I prep my meals? And how can I save a bit of money here and there? For example, walking to work with this next job, rather than getting the bus, although sometimes I will want to get the bus because it's going to be a bit of a walk. But yeah, I think it'll be 40 minutes or so to work, but that's not bad. I did that for the interview the other day and it was quite nice. I think I'll try and do that at least in the mornings, and maybe make a video in the mornings on the way, or like when I get there, if I get there a bit early, go and find somewhere nearby, like I did when I had my interview. Yeah, how does everyone else cope with financial stress? Because I'm also thinking, I will have more expenses probably going forward, and also as of September I'll be doing my course on a Friday, like when I'm starting the masters, so that could potentially mean going down to 4 days a week of work, or working at the weekend to make up for it. But I think that's where I want to start figuring out how to deal with my money better and my finances and everything. Well, same thing. Because when it gets to then, I need to really be managing my money, because I'm not going to have much disposable income. Yeah, so lots to think about. But I think it's all part of, like, I guess also growing up and learning these skills and learning how to budget better, and part of being an adult. So it's a good learning curve. Is that the right word? I don't know. So I've had a coffee, but my mind isn't working as quickly, or that quickly. I don't know how quickly it works normally. Yeah, I think that's probably it. But yeah, I've had a bit of financial stress, as I've probably spoken about a bit before. I'm feeling better about that because now I know when I will actually get paid next, which is at the end of the month. So I don't have to worry about, because I think it would have definitely got to the point where I'd be stressing a lot more if I hadn't got this job at the school, and figuring out that I'm going to be starting next week is really good. It's a very quick turnaround, so I'm very grateful for that. Well, hopefully start next week if all the documents are kind of verified and everything. Yeah, if anyone else is experiencing financial stress, or in the same boat as me, then please feel free to comment, and we can have a chat about it, and we can kind of go on this journey. Each of us go on this journey, and maybe just supporting each other, because it's something that I'm gonna have to think about a lot more going forwards. Also, when as the course progresses, I'll have half days of placement, which could end up being like a full day where I can't work, so going down to 3 days a week, which is then a bit crazy because I need to be able to afford to live. Sorry, I've got like cut or something on my arm, which you might have just seen a bit red. Yeah, so that's something that, I mean, it's more of a long-term consideration because I'm not there yet, so there's no point in worrying too much about that now. But I guess in some ways it would be good to think about, even with my savings, not only saving for my future generally and mine and my girlfriend's futures, but also like if we were to, I don't know, like buy a house or something, just the contribution that I would have towards that, but also thinking about saving up some money so that when I do potentially have to reduce my work hours, I have enough money to get by. So yeah, lots to think about, but I'm also just feeling very excited at the moment about starting the job in a few days, which is a bit crazy because at the start of this week I hadn't got a job. I knew I had interviews lined up, but yeah, I didn't have a job, and now I've got a job and I'm starting next week, so I'm feeling very grateful and very lucky that things have worked out, and yeah, it's good. Yeah, what's everyone up to today? I ask that all the time, but I do just like to hear what people are up to. That's probably it for me. So yeah, generally not worried too much about finances, but I think I have been, and then also I know that it will get to a point where it will be more, because when I have to reduce my work hours or figure out my work, and also just navigating the fact that the school job is actually only until the end of August, the contract, so then thinking about another job and all this kind of stuff, which I'll talk about more in the future. So yeah, that's me. I hope you all have a lovely day and look after yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and be kind to others. As I always say, I feel like that's a bit of a phrase, but I do really read it, and I quite like saying that because it's a good reminder for me, and also maybe a reminder for some of you. I feel like I'm talking quite what's the word? I feel like I'm not projecting my voice properly, kind of grumbling, but probably the way I'm lying. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and yeah, have a lovely day.